Street lights flicker like a warning sign. Smoke on the hood, chrome on the line. Engine heartbeat low and unkind. Welcome to the underground rider baseline. City sleeps but the tunnels don't rest. Echoes of the night run deep in my chest. Dropping to the ramp for the tires grip tight. Concrete veins pulling me into the night. Neon stains on the windshield glass. Shadow of the rear view swallowing the past. Phone on mute, no names on the screen. Only red gauges in the glow of the machine. Cold air cuts when I crack that door. Bass hits once then it shakes the floor. If you're scared of the dark, better stay inside. This lane belongs to the underground ride. Hear the sub roll under your feet. Feel that kick drum bend the street. When the low end climbs up your spine, you're a slave to the underground rider baseline. We ride where the daylight never shines. Deep in the cuts of the city spine. Dark club spirits in a steel frame shrine. Moving to the underground rider baseline. Headlights off, let the moon be guide. In the underground rider base. No stop signs in the shadow design. Only turns in the underground rider base. No stop signs in the shadow design. Only turns in the underground rider baseline. Ground rider baseline. Ground rider baseline. Low, low, let the bass sink slow. High, 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 see the night lights glow. Hands on the wheel, one thought on my mind. Keep rolling on the underground rider baseline. Underpass lights flash one by one. Gold teeth grin of a loaded gun. Graffiti crowns on the pillars we pass. Marking the throne of the midnight class. Fans howl like a distant choir. Rubber on the road smells like fire. Rear end slides with a serpent grace. Paint new stories on the tunnel's face. Radio off but the club is in here. Snare crack sharp in the center of my ears. Every little feel like a knife in the mix. Cutting up a science with a gangster twist. Hear the sub roll under your feet. Feel like kick drum bend the street. When the low end climbs up your spine, you're a slave to the underground rider baseline. We ride where the daylight never shines. Deep in the cuts of the city spine. Dark club spirits in a steel frame shrine. Moving to the underground rider baseline. Headlights off, let the moon be guide. Down here, no rules. Bass first, blood later. Riders only keep it low. Follow the drum, follow the glow. Pop-up meet in the parking deck gloom. Smoke rings hang like a broken moon. Hoods up high, chrome hearts exposed. Whole crew lit by the taillight glow. Names on the wall and all the stained chalk. Stories of the runs that the cops can't stop. Every scar on the bumper is a badge we wear. Proof that the underground crown sits here. Then one red roars, crouch that's back. Leader of the pack in a mad black rap. He nods once we fall in line. Snake of metal on the sand and stripe. Hear that sub roll under your feet. Feel that kick drum bend the street. When the low end climbs up your spine, you're a slave to the underground rider baseline. We ride where the daylight never shines. Deep in the cuts of the city spine. Dark club spirits in a steel frame shrine. Moving to the underground rider baseline. Headlights off, let the moon be guide. under your feet. That's the echo from another time. Traces of the underground rider line. Out there, normal hearts beat slow. In here, every pulse is for his soul. We don't pray with folded hands, we pray with rubber in amongst it brands. Strip the highs, leave the darkness thick. Let the bass talk dirty in a slow emo kick. Clap on the two, snap on the four. Open up the gate to the tunnel once more. One more lap, one more spin. Let the sin drip, acid on your skin. DJ in the dash keeps the tempo tight. Loop this feeling all night, all night. Sunrise waits on the surface above. Down he went married to the engine's love. Kill the lights with the echoes unwind. Fade out with the underground rider bassline.
Engines whisper in the midnight road. Red eyes glowing where the streetlights glow. Knuckles on the wheel, nerves on fire. Bassline humming like a live wire. Cold air slaps when the windows drop. City runs slick like a wet black top. White lines stretch like a loaded spring. Waiting for the signal in the first sharp swing. Glance to the left, see a shadow car. Chrome teeth shining like a rising star. Glance to the right, hear a rival roar. Everybody itching for the downbeat war. Tag climbs up like a heartbeat graph. One more breath and I crush the gas. Dark tin highs both fear and grin. When the kick drum hits, the race begins. Boost builds pressure in my veins. 808 growls rattle in the frame. If you hear that low, you snake behind. You're in the path of the dark, overtake baseline. Dark overtake baseline. Dark overtake baseline. Cut through the night again. Headlights carving up the shadows. Hunting for the wind. Deep bass rolling like a thunder in a cage. Every gear change sounds like a loaded gauge. Dark overtake baseline. No mercy in these lanes. One misstep and you're swallowed by the rain. Feel the pull when I cross that broken white sign. Leave you in the smoke of the overtake baseline. Overtake baseline. Overpass lights flick fast overhead. Colors of a siren painting us red. But the cops are ghosts in the rearview glass. Too slow to follow when the pack runs fast. I scream soft at the edge of grip. Rear slides wide, just a finger gift. Steering in the skid with the dancers poised. Bass in the trunk drowning every other noise. Billboard flashes with the club's bright name. Same dark rhythm, just a different game. Out here the floor is a 4-lane stage. And the set list written in a rubber and rage. Boost builds pressure in my veins. 808 growls rattle in the frame. If you feel that shadow creeping up your spine, you're hearing footsteps drop with the overtake baseline. Baseline, 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 baseline. Path of the dark, overtake baseline. Yeah. Rather overtake baseline. Parking lot circle at the edge of town. Engines gather like a low pitch sound. Hoods pop open, neon veins exposed. Every turbo serpent hissing in the cold. We trade no names, just a nod and stare. Respect is counted in the scars we wear. Someone turns music from a trunk to 10. Same dark groove that we chase again. Bass hits heavy like a closing door. Club beats leaking to the asphalt floor. Soon we'll take it back where the speakers shine. But first we crown a king of the nighttime line. More heartbeats, smoking rings. Time hangs still when the starter sings. One green blink and we blur that frame. Nothing left here but the echo of names. If you fade in the mirror, you're part of the show. Another lost ghost in the sodium glow. But if you rise with the black line shine, you earn your place in the overtake stride. Keep still, one shot, pure will. Strip the drums, let the circ bass climb. Hold your breath for the overtake baseline. Dark overtake baseline. Dark overtake baseline. Dark overtake baseline. Dark over baseline. Dark overtake baseline. Baseline. Engine cools down, but the pulse won't fade. Road runs quiet, where the memories stay. Close my eyes, hit the low end chime. I'm still chasing that dark overtake baseline.
Black neon on the hood, city painted chrome. Midnight engines humming like a distant storm. White lines blurring an endless ring. Welcome to the black neon drift circuit king. Smoke from the tires draws electric booms. Turbo in the chest like a thunder boom. Crowd on the fence line, faces in the haze. Phones all up like a halo of rays. Yellow tape shaking when the bass is slow. Taillights carving out a radioactive glow. Checkpoint markers in radioactive green. Every corner sharper than a guillotine. Leather wrap wheel in a steel cage grip. Right foot heavy like a battleship. Handbrake twitch, back and slide. Whole world tilts when the car goes sideways. Feel that pressure in the 808. Heartbeats locked to the red line rate. Round and round where the night turns sick. Lost in the black neon drift circuit. Black neon drift circuit. Burn the skyline thin. Deep bass thunder while the dark clubs spin. Headlights trace halos in the gasoline mist. Every single turn is a razor edge kiss. Black neon drift circuit. We don't touch the brakes. Street kings dancing on the edge of mistakes. Let the tires scream till the shadows split. Crown me once more in the drift circuit.
feral call. Third gear screaming on the entry line. Backhand swinging like a serpent spine. Neon barriers flickering in purple blur. Smoke ghosts follow everywhere I turn. Dashboard glows in a toxic hue. Numbers climb in where the fear broke through. I taste burn rubber on the nighttime air. Baseline punching through the folding chair. DJ booth posted on the tower of steel. Dropping G-house cuts while we spin the wheel. Feel that pressure in the 808. Heartbeats locked to the red line rate. Round and round where the night turns sick. Lost in the black neon drift circuit. Black neon drift circuit. Burn the skyline thin. Deep bass thunder while the dark clubs spin. Headlights race halos in the gasoline mist. Every single turn is a razor edge kiss. Black neon drift circuit. We don't touch the brakes. Street kings dancing on the edge of mistakes. Let the tires scream till the shadows split. Crown me once more in the drift circuit. Slow-mo slide through a tunnel of light. Sparks on the rail paint gold in the night. Crowd noise fading to a single tone. Just bass, just smoke, just me alone. If I fly too wide in the back end bites, write my name in the tire mark stripes. Circle after circle till the dawn goes gray. Still chasing that perfect sideways sway. Last flame, deep bass echo when they chant my name. Headlights fade into a pale sunrise. Smoke ring halo over closing eyes. Black neon drift circuit, let the engines rest. But the ghost of the skid marks rights. No regrets when the night comes back and the floodlights hit. I'll be reborn in the drift circuit. Street lights blur on a midnight run. Low bass growls like a loaded gun. Smoke in the mirror, fire on the street. Welcome to the night of the G-house. Ignition twist, dashboard glow. Red line fever in a stealth black coupe. Rubber on the concrete, drawing crooked lines. Every little mark is a scar in time. Left hand wheel, right hand shift. Turbo in the veins when the revs uplift. Tunnel in front like a neon mouth. One deep breath and we're spitting out loud. Tires talk back with a violent squeal. White lane dash spin under the wheel. City on mute, just a kick drum beat. Riding on a wave of that G-house heat. Feel that bass roll under the seat. Every hit shakes dust from the street. No slow lane, no retreat. Only night on the speed on the G-house heat. Street racer in the midnight air. Headlights cut like electric flare. Deep bass booming through the concrete. Whole town trembles from the G-house heat. Street racer with a ghost back ride. Dark club spirit on the passenger side. Hands up high when the snare drum peaks. Bow to the sound of the G-house heat. Bass so low, set fire to the street. Heat in the driver's seat. We don't slow down, we just repeat. Back alley, starline engines hum. Chrome teeth shining when the racers come. Money on the hood and a whisper bed. Every heartbeat says now.
shakes dust from the street. No slow lane, no retreat. Only night, only speed, only GLC. Street racer in the midnight air. Headlights cut like electric flare. Deep bass booming through the concrete. Whole town trembles from the GLC. Street racer with a ghost back ride. Dark club spirit on the passenger side. Hands up high when the snare drum peaks. Bow to the sound of the GLC. GLC. Street racer, night chaser, bass breaker, risk taker. Left, right, watch the city bleed, turn it up high through the GLC. Club sign glowing at the harbor wall. Park the car close where the shadows fall. Door opens wide through a smoke-filled cave. Kick drum pounding like a tidal wave. DJ locked in a midnight trance. Green lasers carve through the crowd that dance. We step and draped in the gasoline dream. Smell of burnt rubber still clings to our jeans. He's that logo on the back of the vest. Twist one knob and he kills the rest. Only one track left on repeat. Dark, slow, heavy with the GLC. Feel that bass roll under your feet. Same rough rhythm from the drag strip street. From road to floor, same heartbeat. Only night, only sweat, only GLC. Street racer in the strobe light haze. Chrome reflections in the smoke-borne maze. Deep bass booming through the concrete. Whole club shaking with the GLC. Street racer with a shadow side grin. Dark halo drawn in the spill of gin. Hands up high when the snare drum peaks. Bow to the sound of the GLC. Whispers in the corner say we drive too fast. Say we're just a rumor that'll never last. But our names are etched where the time marks meet. Black ink circles on a dead-end street. If you ever hear thunder with no clouds above, just a far-off rumble that you start to love. That's a convoy rolling through the city beat. Painting every block with the GLC. Street rays in a fitting night. Dark draws lines in a review down. Keep bass echoing through empty streets. Cold thug the groove of the GLC. Street racing with a sunrise view. City cools down but the mist stays true. Engine sleeping while the memory speaks. Still the echo of the GLC. Slow roll home on a quiet lane. Tires still warm from the midnight flame. Kill the lights, let the engine sleep. Dreaming in the dark of the GLC. Dreaming in the dark of the GLC.
Better clear the lane for the chrome wolf run. Chrome wolf, how we run. Racing shadows. clear the lane for the chrome wolf run. Chrome wolf, how we run. Racing shadows to the dawn. Deep bass ripping through the concrete, tearing up the calm. Headlights sharp like a predator's eyes. We hunt on the road to the morning rise. Chrome wolf, hello, no halo, only chrome. Dark club echoes in the cabin. This car is home. Turn it up until the night comes undone. You're riding with the pack on a highway run. Oh, let the bassline bite, yeah. Wolf pack roaming through the night. Hands up high when the kick drum hits. Chrome on black when the street light splits. Rest stop light is a silent stage. Engines lined up like beasts in cages. Doors fly open, sneakers hit the ground. Whole crew step into the G house sound. City club entrance glows bloody red. Smoke pours out like a wolf you fed. DJ up top with a hunter's grin. Drops one track and drags us in. Floor lights strobe in a silver rain. Bodies move slow with a wild eye strain. Every drop feels like another chase. Every belly up like we're back in that race. Slow motion when we pass filter. Bass beating like a wild heart quiver. Whispers in the corner, talk is cheap. Real ones howl when the kick drum peaks. If you've ever felt alone at night, find that engine, find that light. Roll the windows down and join the run. We're all stray wolves till the drive is done. Left, right, claws on chrome. Street lights mark the way back home. Ooh, at the low and run. Ooh, we don't fear the sun. Strip the beat, just a pumping tone. Super bass pulse like I'm on a chrome bone. Hi-hats tick like a countdown clock. Waiting for the drop when the chains unlock. Chrome wolf, how we run. Racing shadows to the dawn. Deep bass ripping through the concrete, tearing up the calm. Headlights sharp like a predator's eyes. We hunt on the road till the morning rise. Chrome wolf, how we run. Write our names in burning tide. From city core to the edge of wire. Faded out when the first rays come. But the night still lives in the highway run. Engine cools in the violet haze. Last place echo on the window glaze. Sun climbs up, the story stays on. Somewhere out there, the chrome wolf runs on.
Dash lights glowing like a coded sign. Shadow engine waking in the back of my mind. Key turns once, hear the low growl rise. Pulse line drawing through the midnight skies. Black glass window, city in a blur. White stripes stretch like a radar curve. Sub bass rumbling under steel and chrome. Every kick drum hit feels like going home. Red light fading to a toxic green. Traffic ghosts vanish from the screen. I ride the margin where the lanes entwine. Heart locked in with the pulse line. Feel it climb from the floor to the spine. Shadow engine on the pulse line. If you hear that thump in the dead of night, already chasing the tail light. Shadow engine, pulse line, running through the dark. Deep bass roaring like a wildfire spark. Headlights carve a tunnel in the city skin. Every beat pulls me further in. Shadow engine, pulse line, no sleep, no guide. Only this jiggy house rhythm on a night drive. I turn it up till the doubts fall behind. Live and die on the pulse line. ceiling, drips cold rain. Echo of the motor sings my name. Billboard angels with the broken wings. Watch us slide like forbidden things. Phone on silent, world on mute. Only conversation is the kick and flute. Speed climb slow on the neon gauge. Numbers dancing like a backstage rave. Feel it climb from the floor to the spine. Shadow engine on the post line. If you taste the smoke in the midnight air, you know the ride won't stop back there. Shadow engine, post line, running through the dark. Deep bass roaring like a wildfire spark. Headlights carve a tunnel in the city skin. Every beat pulls me further in. Shadow engine, post line, no sleep, no guide. Only this key house rhythm on a 90 drive high. Turn it up till the doubts fall behind. Live and die on the post line. Steel frame shake, tires right cold on the blacktop slate. Oh, we crossed that line, racing with the shadow of a post line. Club sign humming at the harbor road. Couple letters flickering Morse code mode. Park that beast where the alley bends. Bass still knocking through the meadow skin. Door swings open, smoke breeze out. Half lit faces in a moving crowd. DJ Halo in the ultraviolet rain. Hands on faders like a jet plane. Snare hits sharp like security lights. Kick drum punches through the floorboards twice. Same dark rhythm from the freeway ride. Now it owns the room from side to side. Feel it climb from the floor to the spine. Shadow engine on the post line. From the wheel to the floor with the same design. Different streets, same lifeline. Shadow engine, post line, running through the dark. Deep bass roaring like a wildfire spark. Headlight strobes, it's the same thin beam. Cause one more tunnel in a sleepless dream. Shadow engine, post line, no sleep, no guide. Only this rehouse rhythm on a 90 drive. I turn it up to the doubts fall behind. Live and die on the post line. Slow it down, let the echoes breathe. Hear the hum riding underneath. Every scar that the daylight finds turns to smoke on the post line. If tomorrow calls with the blinding sun, we'll pretend this night was the only one. Till then follow every base you sign. Straight ahead on the shadow line. Ride the spine.